Welcome to the Six-Figure Author Experiment, where we help you break through your first or next $100,000 goal. Parental discretion is advised. Now, let's get on with the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Six-Figure Author Experiment. I'm here with Lee and Lynda Hammes from Tertulia.
Hello.
Hi, Lynda. It's so great to see you and so great to get a chance to talk with you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Tertulia before we get started?
I'd love to. Thank you for having me. Hey, Russell. Hey, Lee. I'm Lynda. I'm one of three co-founders of Tertulia and Tertulia for Authors. Y'all might know of us from our online bookstore, tertulia.com, book discovery platform, host of celebrity book clubs like Bellatrist Book Club. Over the past year and a half or so, we have started something new. And this something new is just for authors, software to make the so-called Frankenstack of all the different tech stack, marketing tools, all those things that you need to run your author business easier and make your life easier. First product we launched was a website builder. I literally, to this day, get love letters from people using this website builder because they're so over having to wrestle with the Wix and WordPresses of the world. And then today, I'll show you the latest that we have rolled out this week, Tertulia Pro. And yeah, I think that's about it. We love to hear from authors, even if they don't want to use our software. We're developing a community of indie authors. We get together every Friday at 12:30. So invite anybody, regardless of whether or not they're using Tertulia tools.
Amazing. So Lee, you really wanted to have this demo done, and you really pushed to have this episode. And luckily, Lynda and I had talked very recently, so I was really excited about it. But do you have anything to add? Because you haven't said one word yet.
I know. I am so excited because you partnered with Tertulia as a brand through Hapitalist, correct?
Yes, correct. They're one of our approved vendors for sure. And I kind of feel like I've been seeing their ads for 2 years. So they're kind of like celebrities in my eyes. I've watched these demo builds all the time. And I'm like, wow, that's so easy. So I'm super excited to have it happen here and have them as an approved vendor of Hapitalist too.
Yeah. So they did a demo for me and built me a website in felt like 3 seconds. Maybe it was 5 minutes because it took me a while to remember my Instagram handle. And it was really exciting. And if you're watching the video, you'll be able to see it. And they're also able to replace a lot of the software that authors need. I'm a big advocate of having a newsletter or mailing list or a way to gather readers who really want to hear more from you. And they give you permission to email them. And then instead of relying on the whims of the algorithm on social media or Amazon, you can talk to people directly and tell them what you're up to. And so there's just a lot built into this that I think is going to help, especially a new author who needs something simple to start with and then build on. And also doesn't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month on all the random software that we've talked a lot, Russell, about the cost creep, and you end up building all this infrastructure as an author, and then 5 years later you're really overwhelmed and you have a lot of stuff that you actually need to break down and rebuild or just get rid of completely. And so it's nice to have really updated software to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm going through trying to find the right vendor for my coaching stack of and I'm it's driving me freaking crazy, man. Honestly. So I'm super excited. I like whole stack. I think that we're moving into a world where we're consolidating around we're actually authors believe they need a platform, which leads me to my first question. Can you believe that in 2026 we still have to convince authors to get a website?
What is going on here? I have no idea. I actually can't understand it.
Because we're all little trolls who want to hide under a rock with the books that we read and the books that we write. We're not used to being out there and being visible, Russell. It's very difficult. I have to
Yeah,
put on little demon horns to convince myself to be in public, okay?
yeah. Counterpoint. Why'd you write the book then? Why'd you put your name on it?
That's true.
Why'd you put your author
And
photo on it?
I want more readers, but I also don't want to talk to anyone. So,
Right.
Lynda, how do we do this?
Maybe underneath it all, you know what? It's like these authors, they do believe that they need a home base and they do believe they need a website, but the solutions out there and the Frankenstack is you're describing, I have to get all these tools. It's intimidating and people don't want to do it. And that's their, if I could get $1 for every time I've heard the like, well, I'm not a marketer, I'm a writer. Well, I'm like, well, you are now. So you might as well make it easy on yourself. Lee, we're going to make the website for H.L. Savino.
Yes.
As opposed to Lee Savino, yeah?
My nonfiction pen name. Yeah.
Super. Okay. All right, friends. For those of you listening and not watching the video, we're looking at Tertulia, and you can find us, authors.tertulia.com. And what you're seeing is 2 fields. One field is to put in your ISBN number. Another field is to put in your Instagram handle.
Oh, good. I see ASIN too. So like it's not just, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's it. So the onboarding here is not like fill out a million, questions, put in your metadata, set up an account. You don't have to set up an account. You put in your ISBN number.
Can you just scroll down to a couple of these other websites? I just want to see, like, they're so pretty. Like, they're so pretty and easy to set up that, like,
absolutely,
all these ones.
They're simple, they're clear, and they take 5 minutes. They don't take 70 hours. I'm happy to be a writer and a marketer, but I'm not going to be a tech website builder person.
Well, I think that as writers, we always are like, well, more words will solve it. And what I like about these websites is like the truth is less words solve it, but better words.
Oh my gosh, that is my struggle with copywriting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's your blurb? I'm like, I can give you 70,000 words, but I don't have 200. I have 70,000.
Exactly. That is common. Okay, I found your ISBN number. Sorry, that took me a minute. So we're going to go back to our landing page, and people on the audio, all we're doing is we're putting in an ISBN number, and we'll grab your Instagram, Lee, author Lee Savino, and that's just to get your picture imported.
Wait, not that one. It would be the H.L. Savino.
I'll change it.
Okay.
Because you know what? It's okay. You can easily upgrade the picture. Super easy. I'm going to actually put your real email in here, Lee, and then you're going to grab your phone and you're going to tell me what the code is to claim your website. Sound good?
That works.
Which email should I use?
Lee@leesavino.com.
All right. And you got a 4-digit code to unlock the castle.
It's 6376.
6376. Okay. All right. What you get, you put in your ISBN, you put in your Instagram, and then you've got a buffet of different templates to start with. These are your starting point. All right. We're just going to grab this white template here for Lee, and we're going to continue with that theme. And what you're seeing at the top of the screen is a spinny wheel that is making the sausage. We are importing the books from H.L. Savino, and our importer, we worked really hard on this, our team, to find books at Ingram Spark, to find books at the Amazon API. So if you have 100 books, literally, you will weep tears of happiness because you do not have to copy and paste in all of your data. We actually go out and find your different books associated with your name. Okay, so what you're seeing is our metadata is all coming in here. Reviews, the book descriptions, the covers, the retail links. So we bring in from like the main external retailers, and sneak peek, you're going to be able to sell your book directly, Lee. We'll get back to that. And what we're going to start with is we're going to just preview her site real quick before we go and make it fancy. We are going to go over and toggle normal, CMS experience, go to your editor, to your live site, editor, and your live site. I'm going to do some magic on your site from a design perspective And then we're going to talk about what your goals are, right? What activations, what calls to action, and that kind of thing. So I see that Lee's header is kind of classy, but I want to like zhuzh it up a little bit, right? So I'm going to do some things in our design section. And this is literally like basic. Like I'm the worst designer in the world, and I have made beautiful websites doing this, okay? We are going to upload a logo. And I made this logo, I am not kidding you, in about 45 seconds before I got on the phone with you all. We're going to do just plain logo, okay? We're going to save it, and we're going to make a immersive, beautiful color background for you, Lee. We're going to make it, do you like blue or like blue purple? Like maybe something, I came up with this color. You can tell me what you think. I think it looks awesome.
That is pretty. I do like purple. I do like the symbol of the white.
You like the white? Yeah.
But maybe like a blue header or just yeah.
Or you could totally do white and do a blue logo. Want to do that?
Let's see it. Yeah.
See it. So in that case, you go back and
Get the header. Yeah.
get the header. Yep. You'd replace it, get in maybe a blue. Try that. Something like that. Or you could make it more like scrawling written text, right? So we'll play around with that. But for now,
And it's easy to play around with.
it's so easy to play around. Like, I mean, literally.
Canva to Photoshop.
Exactly.
Tertulia
Exactly. No,
to website malarkey.
It is.
Other companies.
It is literally like could not be easier. Maybe we'll take this yellow out. It's like, I don't
Yeah.
think it's vibing for me. It doesn't feel like you. Okay. So what are we looking at here? This is not like a prototype. This is like actual code. Oh, your picture came in from Instagram. So I know that was the wrong one, but you can swap that out. It actually looks
okay. This is the safe for work pen name, and that's all I was going for. That's
yeah.
that was a picture.
Got you. I got you. Okay. So as you can see, like it like could not be easier to start fooling around with the design here. And the sky's the limit. But that's just color and font, right? We need to do something that is going to be the initial message when you get to your site. What is it going to be? Well, maybe it's going to be your new book, right? Or maybe it's going to be millionaire author mastermind that you're promoting. Like it really could be any of the above. We'll make banners for both of those so you can start seeing this modular kind of experience that you build out on the site. So let's first do a books banner. And we're going to show you how you can kind of add multiple books. You could say, no, I just want to promote one. That's kind of best practices, my new book. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
We're going to do that. Your journal, we'll say, new, we'll say, something about, I don't know, something short and sweet. All in your abundant life.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm making it up. Right. So you can do that. And then you can put some like really beautiful background in. Right. And what we're going to do is take, maybe something like, something like that with sort of the trees background.
I actually
make it a little brighter.
Yes.
Something like that looks pretty nice. So
nice.
We don't have to sit and design this for the poor people who are on audio anyway. But I want to really emphasize that we have people that sit down with us at conferences, Thriller Fest. We were just at AWP. They have a coffee. Okay. And by the time they're done with the coffee, they have literally designed their website and they're super happy with it. And they start blogging on the scene at the conference. Okay. So let's go over to your built-in blog, Lee. What do you think?
I was actually really excited about this. When we met, I hit you with a bunch of questions. I asked about the blog. I asked about selling direct and the pixel. And then you also told me about the mailing list built in.
Yes. Yes. All right. Let's just go through it. So here you've got your books. They're all there. reviews, retailers, and sell direct, which I'm not going to steal my own thunder. I'll get back to that. Design, we've talked about. Sky is the limit with design. We have just incredibly unique and original designs people make. Audience. All right. So, getting back to the whole, like, your audience marketing stack is killing you. We are refining this like by the week, but you can import and export your list. You can sync to MailChimp or MailerLite. You can keep everything in here and track your book buyers. You want to know who's buying your book directly, you have it here. You can market to them specifically. So that's your command center, which we'll get back to when we look at newsletter.
Does the price change depending on how many contacts you have in there that you want to?
Not yet.
Okay.
Y'all should get in early.
Ooh.
Author profile. So you can change the style of your picture. You can upload a new picture, obviously add your social links, which will go top and bottom of the page immediately. Blog. Literally could not be easier to start your blog. And this is something people get so intimidated about. We're having a session tomorrow just for people that, kind of like, I don't know what to write. I don't know when to write. I don't know how much to write and how often to write. It's like, well, the least we can do is make the tool super easy. And as soon as you add your first post, we say, hello, world, and we are going to publish it. And you go over to your site, and there's no building and architecture. Your blog is there. Your first post is down there. And you can kind of go from there, customizing that. So you can hide.
Can I import old blog posts?
You can't import them en masse, but what most people do is they take their top performers, like when they're coming over to us from WordPress or elsewhere, or like maybe they also have a Substack and they're kind of trying to cross promote and like get some SEO and EO out of it. They take their top performers and they just republish them and do backlinks.
Sure.
But no, we don't have a mass importer. We thought about it, but we haven't found the demand to be that high. So events, what I just showed you with the blog, same with the events calendar. Just automatically create one after you set up your first event. Custom pages. Okay, this is really important. We launched not knowing how incredibly important it would be for people who are used to being nickeled and dimed on like building out their sites elsewhere. So if Lee is like, well, I want to have, a Millionaire Author Mastermind individual page.
Mm-hmm.
She could do that. It can be an island page. It can show up in her menu. You can have a kind of YouTube or video embed, which is, really makes your site just like more vibrant. You could do a banner for that on your homepage. We'll show you how it looks with a video. I don't know if this is like the right video. I just grabbed this off your YouTube, but
yes, that would fit perfectly.
So if you go over to your live site now and you look at your page, you've started. You've got your content base there. You can add posts, you can hang other pages off of it, etc. So the custom pages thing, it's just really been a huge value for people, how easy it is. People that's very low tech, they don't want to be thinking about architecture and coding. So content, getting back to your point, Russell and Lee, about the audience development, we've got a reader magnet you can set up. So we deliver the reader magnet. You just upload what file you want. You can customize all the text on your sign up page, of course. Contact form, obviously.
So that is a combination of what I'm using: a website, MailerLite, and BookFunnel to do.
Exactly. Okay, you said it, not me. Wouldn't you like to have one place? Okay, so you talked about MailerLite. Let's go to the fun part here, email campaigns. So it'd be nice if you did not have to go back and forth between MailerLite and Tertulia. Well, we said that for a long time, and then we built it. So we've got all these author and book specific templates. So when you've got a cover reveal, you can come here, grab this, customize it. You got a pre-order, newsletter, character spotlight, sneak peek. So our templates are not generic templates. They are actually meant to inspire and engage, especially as you said, a growing author who's sort of just like, I can't be sitting here thinking about like how to develop this template. That's not where they want to be spending their time. So let's say you wanted to reveal your template, your cover of Adventures with the Universe. You tap in, you pop in here, you choose this template, you can change the banner. You can put your logo, you could just put, it's like really just like the rest of the site, super customizable, drag and drop. Let's go back to this image. I like that for you. You want to change the text, you just literally just either click into it or customize here. Here's my cover world. Background image can be these mystical, magical backgrounds, or just choose a color, which looks pretty classy. And then you just edit by tapping right in and typing.
Nice.
Yeah, so no more MailerLite, no more MailChimp. You're ready to send it. It's just like a normal email sending experience, right? Your subject line, your preview text. You can schedule your email for later, of course, just like all the best practices for sending newsletters and that kind of thing. So yeah, super like proud of what the team built with this. And we're already have, people using it. We had more than, I don't know, some 150 beta users before we even launched earlier this week. So it is working. It's working. Super excited about it. And let's get to selling direct, and then we can hear questions and your guys' thoughts about what we've built here. Lee, where is Adventures with the Universe for sale? Where do you point people when you want people to buy it?
So I have a Shopify dedicated to nonfiction that me and my bestie set up for both of our nonfiction books. That actually has been a very painful process because we hired someone to do it and it did not go well. And it cost tens of thousands of dollars. So we can use that Shopify. It's also available on all e-retailers like Amazon, Barnes and Noble, etc. And I will point them wherever makes the most sense for me. Typically, I use a Genius link with all the options. But more and more, I'm thinking of just pointing people to any direct site that I have.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just a big believer that you want to be wherever you're, as wide as possible. I mean, obviously, certain people have specific strategies. You've got limited editions, or you've got, a higher margin on your Spark share and sale than on Amazon. Sure. But I think more and more, I'm seeing that people just want to be enabled to sell direct, even if it's not all of their books. And they're not going to set up a Shopify site and then design it. They're not going to do it. They're not going to pay for it.
It's also expensive. Shopify has some basic functionality, and then you're just paying extra for everything. And there's benefits. The big question I had for you was, can I embed the pixel onto this website if I'm going to sell direct? Because then I would drive traffic from Google ads and Facebook ads.
Yes.
And your answer was yes. And
yes, you can. Yeah, we have that integration. So let me show you the sell direct functionality you would use. So this is my little friend, Sarah Thorne, fictional author Sarah Thorne, who I made up. And she's a historical fiction author, and she's going to sell her book Carry On. So we're going to go into her editor.
Can I set up a lead magnet as at the top of my site instead of a buy my book, or like learn more about book? Like if I just want to capture email addresses?
Absolutely. So you can use the lead magnet, Russell, and you would just drag that module up to the top of your site if that's like the number one thing you want to point some people to.
Cool.
And the other question I
could show you that
to Roberto, which was really fun, was about discoverability. I said, I'm realizing that the power of Substack, which is where a lot of people want to host a blog and they're writing, is that there's amazing discoverability. I did not realize that. And yes. Russell can talk more about it for sure. But I had asked about that, and you said, well, Tertulia is a bookstore. That was your original, that's your original business.
We are, and we know a lot about, we did hundreds and hundreds of campaigns with authors before we built out Tertulia for Authors. And, to your point earlier, Russell, not only did, people weren't sure about having a website, or they kind of begrudgingly would do it and they'd be embarrassed of it, but they thought they poured time into social. And I was like, it's fine, do your social, but they weren't building their email list. Over and over, we saw this. Like I couldn't believe, and some people were very enlightened about it or were early Substack users, but many were not. And we saw many, many times the sales from the email campaigns as the social. So this is why we've like obviously introduced the two things together, the sell direct and the email. And then in terms of discoverability, Lee, yeah, we've got some exciting stuff planned between Tertulia.com bookstore as a discoverability center that we'll talk about next time you guys have me on. So, all right, here we are. What we're looking at for people on the pod, we're looking at the behind the scenes of a Tertulia author website where you can sell your book direct. You go through this like quick setup with Stripe where you set up a Stripe account. It's like literally minutes. And then once you're connected with your bank account to get your payouts, you come over here to your book and you upload it. So I'm going to make it $9.99. What do you guys price ebooks at these days? If it's
$10
not,
that $10. I mean, I usually price them at $10, so
okay.
that's
All right. And then we're gonna upload a file.
Nice.
Yes, like so easy. I'll take this EPUB file here. Okay. We're gonna hit save changes. And as you can see, it is uploaded. We're gonna go over to visit the site. And now you can buy it. Voila. Add to
Amazing.
cart.
Easy.
Normal checkout experience. Normal, like elegant e-commerce. You can add multiple things to cart. You could check out. Okay. You can, look, so you can get people to sign up for your mailing list while they are checking out. Crucial. So it really, the e-commerce couldn't be easier. It's really streamlined to set up. As I showed you before, you can track your users in the audience section, your readers, I should say. And then here's where you track your orders. So you just got this little portal where you track each order. Very soon, we are introducing author fulfilled commerce. So y'all just came out with a book, right? And if you wanted to sell your special editions there, you could manage that by having them check out on your personal site. And you would be responsible for the shipping, but we'd kind of manage that interface between you and the customer so that you're not dealing with PayPal or email or like whatever wonky setup you have.
Are you going to be able to integrate that into, like, I have a warehouse, so like they just do all the things. Like, can they just get the information without having to log into my business account?
Great question. Okay, so that's the third frontier. We are working on fast and furiously on a print fulfillment solution, which will be not individual warehouse, but that we will be fulfilling from. It's not a trivial project, but when we launch it, it's going to be a paradigm shifting thing, if I do say so myself.
Cool.
Yeah. So for now, the answer is no. Unless you had like somebody there to manage it for you, like you need somebody in between to log into your account to get the order. Yeah, you direct the order to them somehow. You could probably do that. But for now, I mean, like think of it as the author who has maybe like 100 copies with sprayed edges.
Sure.
Signed, or I want to do 50 signed copies pre-order.
Sure. Can my assistant does my assistant have their own login, or do they have to log in with my?
They have to log in with yours, although we are changing that soon and we'll have multi-user, multiplayer.
Cool. Can I see the reviews page? Is it all the reviews together, like, or is it for each
book? So how it works is, so if you're good about your metadata and you bring in all your reviews in your metadata, they automatically populate when you onboard with us. If you're not good about your reviews or you get reviews all the time and you want to update them, here's what you do. You go to your book and you click up in here and you just add it. You paste it in.
Cool.
And some people want like, the whole
I have to be careful with reviews because people will put in not safe for work words. And then Facebook's like, why are you advertising an 18+ store? And so this is a great option, honestly, for me versus porting in 1,000 reviews with 600 of them saying the word sex or something.
Yeah, you need to curate them. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, Lee, we put a lock on them of 10 for the page because we believe that that's just better. Like some of the things we're doing, we have had people that are like, I want to have my 100 reviews on this page. And we're like, well, our design doesn't accommodate that. And that was a strategic point. We're like, your page is not going to look good. We want your 10 best reviews, and that's what's going to help sell your book. So I agree. I mean, curating them is, I think, crucial.
Does your system actually find the best reviews? Like, or this is the top 10, the last 10 reviews?
It takes the how they're prioritized in the metadata.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you're going in and doing it hand, upload, then you just drag them around. So let's say you said my best review, New York Times, right? You just move them around like that.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah. And then over here, same with retailers. So I was asking you before, where are you pointing people? You're doing a promotion somewhere, you can deactivate every other one. You could put Tertulia at the top, as you should. You could label it to say, buy from me, buy from Ingram, preferred by the author. And then in terms of the user experience, you'll see when you're on the book page and people are figuring out how to buy your book, the buy directly is front and center and the other retailers are underneath.
Nice. Love that. What is the book club thing that you have in the middle there?
That is a custom page that I just set up for demonstration purposes. But to show you, people do, I want people to download my worksheets with the book, and they set up custom pages. They do book club discussions, whatever it is, it's going to engage your audience, keep them coming back. Maybe you link to this from your blog, trying to get people to invite you to their book, to be a guest at their book club. So that's just an example of a custom page.
Sure. Can we talk for a second? Sorry, are there more things to talk about here? There's a lot of things, and I have many questions about other.
Yeah. No, totally. Good. Fire away. I mean, I showed you the basics, but what I really just wanted to get across with this demo, with both the one I'm showing you now and with Lee's, is that we just did this in, what has it been, 20 minutes? Mm-hmm. And you've got a lifetime to customize it. You can customize your design, your retail options, your content. And I cannot emphasize enough that how much we are committed to making it more intuitive. We've done multiple refactors to make it as easy as humanly possible. We have the best author relations team ever that can step in and be like, you might want to make your logo with a transparent background, supporting things like that. I just really wanted to get across how fast and easy it is.
It looks wonderful. Now let's assume for a second that you're an indie author. You have seen this ad, but you didn't know Tertulia did all the other stuff that Tertulia does outside of the author part. You had mentioned hosting book clubs and a retail thing. I know that most of my friends who are published by the Big Five or something know all about Tertulia, but indie authors, all of this is new for me. I'm gonna be honest, before this call, I thought you guys did this thing, not all of the other stuff that you do. So could you talk a little bit about all of those other non-website things that might be of interest to an author?
Totally, absolutely. So, coming out of basically the pandemic is when we were hatching the idea for Tertulia. We were like, there's just no delightful place online to buy books. Amazon, fast, cheap, buy your toilet paper, or exactly what book you want, you go there. So the original genesis of Tertulia.com, which I'll show for those who are on the video. I will, let me think. I'll go into some of our blog content so you can see it. But, we just felt like there's so much vibrant book discussion. Everyone's saying, oh, well, there's, reviews are going away. There's no place to discover books. And we're like, it's not the case. People, there's tons of vibrant discussion out there and lots of different communities of interest. So what we did was we started pulling in book recommendations from all over, podcast, Instagram, etc. and assigning those to specific books. And we did this kind of hybrid, personalized curation of books. So you onboard, tell us a little bit about your taste, and then human curation, where my team puts together tons of like just really original content. We do the best New Tuesday book announcement every Tuesday. It's like the best curation of books in your inbox. And we built this discovery platform, but what was different from other discovery platforms, especially at the time, was you could buy the books. So we integrated with Ingram. Anybody whose book is at Ingram, including all y'all indie authors who have opted into expanded distribution, can point to your book at on Tertulia. So here's Lee's book, but what can I tell you? It's like we've done so much fun, different experimentation. Here you can see some of the Instagram curation that we've done. So, you maybe you want to take your social media diet, but you love Bookstagram. Well, this is where you come.
Well, I see that thing, for instance, like recommended by author. If you scroll up, like it's recommended by author.
Yeah.
Like what's going on there? Like what?
Yeah. So from the author standpoint, to the authors listening, we don't have on Tertulia.com bookstore, we don't actually have user-generated content. That was a very explicit choice. The only content we have on Tertulia that is from users is authors. We invite authors because we think that author recommendations are often the most powerful. They're readers by nature because they are writers. And they're not, kind of it's virtue signaling or celebrity recommendations. Not that there's anything wrong with those signals. Those are interesting too. But writers' recommendations mean so much to their fans. So we host recommendations from authors about particular, topics. We run pre-order campaigns for them to kind of get the word out with their recommendations. So we've got lots of fun. I mean, this is kind of a hodgepodge in this row, but oops. Patricia Lockwood's Shelf, that's one we did in partnership with Bellatrist when her book came out.
Bellatrist is the book club that you guys have?
Yep. And then we've got their Bellatrist book club, which is that every month you get the book delivered to your doorstep that is chosen by Emma and Kara. So if you don't know them, their story is they're kind of best friends who bonded over reading. And Emma's, of course, a well-known Hollywood actor. Kara's producer. They work together in a production company, incredible avid reader. And they bring together every member of the club every month to meet with the author and chat and intimate discussion. And we host those. You get the book delivered to your doorstep. Super, super fun and special. And they're just like amazing kind of convening power around books. They've been doing this for years.
Sorry, I'm taking all these questions in a row. I realized I've just do you have any? I have other questions. I have a harder question, I think. But do you have any questions that you have? You haven't said anything in a while.
No, I'm good. I'm looking at all the authors that they're recommending.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love this. So this half feels like an Amazon product that I won't name the actual name of here, but it starts with a G and ends with an S.
Yeah.
But actually more human curation, maybe how it was I forget when that product existed outside of the Amazon ecosystem, but before it was the thing that it is now, it was this other thing that was better. And so not that this is this feels like a better reader platform experience than maybe other ones that we have been reliant on for too long.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, our product team, our lead designer and product person was one of the brains, and our CEO, Sebastian Robert, they're the brains behind the world's leading art marketplace, Artsy, if you know it. Mm-hmm. And there's no surprise that you see a lot of that same footprint of just simplicity, elegance, easy to navigate, beautiful design. Let me see if I'm logged in. You can track your reading lists. So you guys are getting exposed to my reading list here. This is kind of an old account because I have a billion accounts, of course, but you can track your to be read. You can make custom reading lists. This is my daughter's reading list. She's really into the dark stuff, as you see, Natasha Preston. So, when I want to buy her a gift, I come over here. This is the real deal. But yeah, no, I appreciate that, Russell. It's really user friendly. It's really also timely. So, we've got books about Iran, like to your question about human creation. You onboard, you tell us what you like. We serve you more books in that realm. But we also are like, you might not know that you want to read a book about a better understanding Iran or Venezuela in the news cycle if you're a nonfiction reader.
Mhm.
Or you might not realize that you want to read your way through, X well-known author who just passed away and who's in the news. So we do a lot of that sort of stuff too. One of our most popular features is we do indie author roundup and indie press roundup. And we're really, really committed to this because we just feel like this is like, our audience as avid readers, they want to get behind what they're seeing everywhere else, meaning like New York Times reviews, New York Times bestsellers, or maybe even like Bookstagram. You see a lot of the same stuff promoted. And so we do these giveaways. So, 4 books every month, indie presses that like we think you should know about, but you can get the giveaway to get it before it's out. We also do a live salon with editors talking about books that are coming out the next couple months. You can get a sneak peek ahead of time with an advanced review copy. So, we're really just like into, experimenting, using our world-class tech to make a reader's experience more exciting, more interesting, more vibrant than, as you said, Amazon.
Yes.
Oh, duh. I forgot to tell you about membership.
Let's do
We have a
it.
co-op. We have a co-op membership. So co-op membership means you pay $25 and get a free trial. You don't have to pay it up front. If you like it, you get unlimited free shipping. You get up to 20% off all books, which if you even are shopping during like holiday season, you make it back like right away. Shipping is like, of course, expensive. You get invited to these events, you got special giveaways, etc. So, we got like those hardcore people that just like buy thousands of dollars of books. Yes,
Yeah.
Lee.
I'm ready.
Okay, so so the membership is different than the Bellatrix membership?
It
There.
is, yeah, good
Okay.
question. So Bellatrix membership actually includes Tertulia co-op benefits, which is like a super good deal. So all of the Bellatrix members also get the discounts on books that they buy on the platform.
Awesome. And that brings up a great point. Like, what are we looking at if someone wants to come into the author side? Like, what are we looking at? Like, what are the monthly costs? Like, what are the tiers? Like, what are they looking at to like once their trial is over?
Yeah, so the membership is only for the buyer,
Sure.
right? So you're just a book buyer. You set up
Sure.
an account. Here's your
Sure.
your
Oh, I was
co-op.
sorry. I was talking about the website builder. I was
Oh,
going back
sorry.
to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
gotcha.
thing.
Yep. Okay. So, we didn't talk about pricing. Okay. So let's say that let me go back to Lee's site. We're gonna like get Lee in front of her.
We go full
subscription.
circle. We
Yeah,
made
we're
it
gonna
back.
go full circle back to Lee.
I didn't know you did all that. So thanks for taking the detour to the reader side of things. Discoverability is why many of us are beholden to Amazon. And then, yeah, Shopify also is a very big platform with a really common checkout. Like people are actually used to shopping on Shopify sites. And I didn't know it until I built mine and then was shopping for clothing and was going through a Shopify checkout and said, oh, everyone's using
Yeah,
Shopify.
seamless. Yeah, we
So
actually built Tertulia.com with headless commerce approach because we just knew that it would be like off the shelf, easy. I mean, we had to integrate with the warehouse at Ingram, but in terms of commerce, yeah, I mean, it is best practices, super streamlined.
I just feel like, the world is always bundling or unbundling, and you're bundling a bunch of smaller products that authors have usually in their tool belt, diverse products in the Frankenstack. And it's also another option away from some of the big companies that are ruling our world. So,
Yes. I mean, that is like, I feel like that sort of like, I think principled or emotional side of what we do is like really powerful. because people, they don't want to be only shopping at Amazon or only selling at Amazon. So I think we're like really giving them an option that, it's working. To Russell, to your question, you set up a website with us. It's a subscription-based thing. So there's no setup fee at all. You generate the site. If you like it, Lee's got her site now. It's sitting in her email, right? Because she onboarded. She gets 2 weeks for free to play with it, to customize it, to change her colors, upload more books, upload her workbooks, to sell as PDFs. If she doesn't like it, it goes away. So we don't ask you to put in a credit card or anything like that. It just goes away after 2 weeks. Or you come and you beg me because you know me and you say, can you extend my trial? I say yes. And then if she wants it, she's ready. And I will tell you, vast majority of people that find out about Tertulia and come and build their site, they actually subscribe within a day. They're just like, this is it, it's done, and I like it. So $7.99 a month for the basic site. So less than $100, and then 30 minutes, you can have your site. You get unlimited books. You can update it super simple anytime, blog, custom pages, etc. Domain. So we've got tons of people coming over to us from Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, etc. You can transfer your domain for free. That's not a problem. We help you with that. We guide you through it. It's easy. If you want to set up your domain with us, we manage it for you, and it's $15 a year. You get the first year free with the annual plan. Now you want Pro. You want to be able to email. It's just double. So it's $15.99 a month, and you can sell direct. Now, if you're selling directly, this is like a no-brainer. Like literally is like no-brainer. If you're emailing over at MailerLite, you're on like a free plan. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how cost conscious you are, but I think it's like an unbelievably good deal. If you're paying for any email platform externally, it's crazy for you to not consolidate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is a very good deal. And then you said you have other things that you're planning for pro members as well that are coming in this year as we work towards wrapping up. Like, can you just talk about now that we're on the page of like what are you adding to this pro tier?
Yeah, I mean, the major headline is print and physical book fulfillment. And the stage between what we have now, which is ebooks and audiobooks and print fulfillment, is the author fulfilled option. And that's going to serve a lot of like our current users on our basic plan, because they're just annoyed. They're like keeping track of this on their own, at home, selling books out of their garage. And like there are a lot of people like that. So we're really excited to serve that, as that's coming really soon. And the print physical book fulfillment, we've also got some other stuff in the wings from a design perspective, email list building perspective, etc. I've learned my lesson not to give timelines on these things, but we are trying to do product updates every couple of weeks.
Sure. Or is that things like for the email thing, like automation sequences and such?
We have to do automation sequences. Absolutely. All that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
Awesome. I mean,
yeah, I think though, like right now, I'd say what we prioritized was the book specific templates. Like when we looked at kind of what people are doing, that the pain points were really often around design and like getting the template right, having something off the shelf to use. So we tackled that. And I think now we kind of need to tackle the whole timing and sequence stuff. So really excited about that too.
Awesome. So what do we miss? What do we miss here that we haven't talked about? Nothing. We're perfect. Great. I love it.
Perfection.
The perfect interview.
Thanks, guys.
I love it because like so often. So like I have like 50 different integrations and other things, but like most authors have like 2 or 3 books. They want to sell direct. They want to like have a website that's not that like I force complication on myself as like just a fun exercise for me. So if you're not like me and you don't like to be tortured by your tools, this is like a perfect answer to like I want a website. I have some books. I want to sell direct. I want to email people, but like I don't actually want to do the thing. I just want to have it because like this is what I think authors want more than anything. They want to have a website, but they want to have it. They want to have it. They want it to be done. They don't want to go through the process of doing all the things for it. They just want to like have a very easy way for people to find them and that they can start and finish in a day. And it sounds like this is a great solution for that. It's a great solution for like also people that have more complicated stuff. So you can just have subdomains and things if there's stuff
Yeah.
you need to be done. But like for like the average author who is putting out like a book or two a year that maybe like has just a like I have 120 or 30 books on my website of all sorts of different calibers and like the thought of transferring anything ever is like a nightmare. So like that also solution. There's just like so many authors who like this serves.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I guess the one thing I might say that I want to like really emphasize is that it's easy to set up. Like people are so intimidated. We were laughing at the AWP conference because people kind of walk by and they see website builder and they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. They're intimidated. And we're like, it's so easy. Just sit down. Like you drink a half a glass of wine at our booth and you're going to be done. But here's the thing. It's the ongoing maintenance that is actually worse for people because they're like, oh, my designer ghosted me, or like, I don't remember where my like domain is hosted. And oh, like I have to go back into like Wix and figure out if I need to upgrade. It's like the ongoing, like you mentioned, you have a book a year, a book every 2 years, like, or maybe, you got, you want to do an audiobook, you're just trying to incrementally grow. And what I think we're really doing well or trying to like really dig into is making that process like easy over time. So you don't like burn out and you sustain that promotion over time.
So is there a constant looking of like new books or like an easy way to update? Like what happens if I have a new book 3 months from now? Like is there a way to
Yeah,
make that?
it's like you go to books, there's a empty field, you put in the ISBN number, and then we pull it in and import it.
Awesome.
So easy. I love this.
Yeah. And if you don't have an ISBN number, like maybe Lee, like your workbook, like let's say, I know you have an ISBN number for that, but let's say you were like piloting it. You just put it up. You can manually put it up and sell it direct.
Perfect. I love being outside of the system where no one can find me.
Amazing. Yeah, that was another question I have because like Lee's book and Lee and my books just on Kickstarter. A lot of my workbooks are not on. A lot of my workbooks are like are only direct selling, and it sounds like you can can I like add a field for like where to find things if like you're not going to be pulling from Kickstarter, I assume. Like so, like it's not a retailer, like but like things that.
Oh yeah. You can do on the custom links. Some people put like some people put like their own. They put Etsy shops. They put Shopify, all kinds of different. Yeah. And then the drop down menu just shows the link to your Kickstarter wherever you want it to be bought. Yeah.
I love it. Lee, I've been talking now for a while. I got all my answers filled. Sounds like you got all your answers filled, but do you want to take us home?
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, Lynda. And if you're an author, and I definitely hear a lot of people asking in the Millionaire Author Mastermind, does anyone know a website person? How much will it cost? There's just a lot of angst, as you already touched on. And I recommend you check out Tertulia. That's why we had them on the show, is because I think they're a nice tool in your toolbox and you can check them out. And I mean, considering all the things they could replace, it could potentially save you thousands of dollars a year. So check them out.
Thank you so much. It means so much coming from you guys. Like it's very meaningful. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll get you guys a link to share with your audience. And I'm not kidding. We welcome everybody on our Friday Zoom office hours, even if you don't even think you need a website, you just want to hang out, because we are learning and figuring out how to build something that is going to be game changing for authors. And, we just want to get that input and learn more and sort of, build around what our community is asking for. So
how do you find that Friday? How do you find that?
I'll give you guys, Yeah, I'll give you guys the link to it. There's like a regular Zoom registration link where you can just sign up, and whenever you can pop in, great. And if you can't, tomorrow we're doing a session on email marketing, getting started, how to do it. And of course, we do our dog and pony show for the Tertulia for Authors software. And often we're like literally troubleshooting on the call. Like if an author raises their hand and like, hey, how do I set this up? We're like, you comfortable sharing it? We go on, we share it. So, we're doing that too. But we really we've noticed that it is lonely, right? It's a lonely life. Writing is a lonely life. In general, we all feel somewhat lonely in our little prisons that are screens. And I think getting together, and our Facebook community group, you see it too. There's just this incredibly supportive, generous atmosphere among people using Tertulia. We really want to sustain that. It's been really actually gratifying to see.
Amazing. That's a great way to end it. So let's say bye, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you so much, Russell. Thank you, Lee. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening. For more, head on over to sixfigureauthorexperiment.com for archive access, resources, and more. We'll see you next time.